I am banging out anons.
Then someone specifically blocks me because they don't want to collab with someone who just does that kind of work, and then a week later collabs with Elle Brooke.
Right, more Astrid. I'm not going to scream at you. I've got my dog here. Oh, your platform! There's not one platform that I've not doubled you, Astrid.
So welcome back. And today we're taking a look at the most mid-cash grabbing drama there is to be on TikTok. If you've already seen this on your For You page on TikTok, you should like the video. But I'm basically going to decipher and pick out everything to do with how pointless and mid this whole entire drama is with these two cretins.
Yeah, because you've been doing it for 6 years.
A lot of people don't actually know why this whole entire beef started, but your friend Bigmackaz here is going to tell you how it all started. And essentially, it's because Astrid Wett was jealous at the fact that the Lord and Saviour goalkeeper himself, Calthedragon, collabed with Elle Brooke.
Elle Brooke literally copies everything that I do, and for Cal to block me for doing that kind of content and then going and working with someone who's in the same industry.
I don't want to be associated with a bloody porn star.
Oh, I don't need to be a bald, handsome man on the internet to tell you what jealousy looks like. And that, my friends, looks like jealousy. She's not happy at the fact that Cal has collabed with someone that does pretty much near enough the same content as her. But the difference is, Elle Brooke doesn't promote her OF to children.
I didn't go into a group chat full of 14-year-olds advertising my stuff, and that's one thing.
If you don't know the image that has been circulating online, here it is. This is the image that was taken from the football group chat that she was in back in February. She claims that no underage people were in this football group chat. However, I'd like to make a point. You can literally go right now on Astrid's Twitter and see her pictures when she goes to games on away days. Now, this woman likes to lift her top up in front of the stand or the badge of the rival club, exposing herself, and posts it on Twitter. Now, I don't need to be a genius to tell you that also children do attend football games. Another point I'd like to make about Astrid's wrongdoings is that one time she got on top of a bus and exposed her bra to loads of fans after I think Chelsea won a game. This was also near a memorial of the Holocaust that Chelsea had painted on the side of their stadium. Now, I have been to Stamford Bridge, and by the way, an amazing atmosphere.
Absolutely electric, the passion.
But there was this memorial there that's literally painted next to the main road. So she wasn't too far away from it, but she claims that it wasn't near, and it's her thing.
Your tits out at the stadium in front of Holocaust Memorial.
Because that's my thing. That's my thing. Obviously, it wasn't
Holocaust Memorial.
Obviously, it wasn't meant to be outside of that. It's supposed.
That's your
It's
thing.
literally going crazy. What's happening? My thing is getting them out in front of the stadium. I was in front of the stadium, not specifically in front of that part. Yeah, it was in the background. Hold my hands up to that. That's been dealt with. But that's
your
not.
thing to be a nonce. Fuck me.
How can you say that? How can you say that when we do?
I don't think I've ever heard such rubbish in my life, saying that getting your tits out in front of football stadiums is your thing, like it's some sort of niche you came up with. I'm just gonna say this right now, literally it is probably the most weirdest, strangest thing someone can do for online attention, honestly. I'm just gonna say this though, imagine I got my knob out in front of Scunthorpe's ground, right? I would be in jail. I would be locked up. Why is this acceptable for her to do this? But in any other instance, it would mean instant jail time. The police would kick down my door and bum me. I know a lot of you are probably wondering in this video why I'm not really going in on Elle Brooke. It's because she hasn't really done anything wrong from what I've seen. She's actually acting like a normal, let's say, corn star for short. She's done everything kind of normally. She hasn't promoted herself to children, got in group chats and shown her arse off, and it's just insane.
The same thing. We have the same job, so that makes you one as well, which is like.
So in
think about what you're saying, Elle. You're fake
daytime.
anyway. You're a plastic fan. You're built like a man, anyways. Like you've got fake hair, fake boobs. You've got a fake arse. You've got fake everything. Everything is fake. You lie to your fans, right? You said that you were living in Surrey, right? You've lived. That's a massive lie. You lived in Portsmouth your whole life. And do you know what the biggest one of all? Do you know what the biggest secret is? What is that?
What?
Also, when Astrid feels like she's lost the argument, she decides to expose one major secret about Elle Brooke that really, oh boys, that get the 4chaners rolled up.
Yeah, the biggest secret is your name's not even Elle, is it? It's Crystal.
What?
Yeah, see you later, Crystal. Yeah, see you later, Crystal. Bye.
My name is Rah.
Oh shit, you exposed her real name on the internet. Oh fuck. Imagine that being your one grave secret, like your Hannah Montana or something. Like, thinking that exposing her real name is really gonna help. And all I'm gonna say is, right, listen, if you make anyone that wants to be a streamer, a YouTuber, TikToker, corn star, whatever, right, if you make your username your surname, middle name, or whatever, right, and then replace like the last or the beginning part of it with something else, right, you are just asking for people to find out your real name, because you've already included one part of it. Like, to be honest, right, Bigmackaz, my name, is not really far from my own name. My real name's Zach. See how much, like, damage that does to me, that my real name is Zach. Like, but, like, see how much I care, and nobody else really cares. Like, if you make your name something like Astrid Wett, which her real name is Samantha, like, it's known she's exposed this on her own TikTok, like, it means nothing. It honestly, what W have you taken here by doing that?
So after I exposed Elle Brooke, aka Crystal, she's changed all of her socials to that name, which I think is a win for us. But I've had loads of comments saying, what's your real name? So I'll show you. My legal name is Astrid. It's on my passport. Obviously, I've blocked out all of the private stuff, but it's the name that I've always gone by. I don't get on with my parents, so I just ignore the first part and go by Astrid. Before anyone tries to expose me, I don't lie to my fans, unlike Crystal.
So let me get this straight. So after you expose this grand secret that Elle Brooke's name is Crystal, you then decide to reveal your own name, which was already public anyway. Someone in my last video about Cal put it in the comments for some reason. Shout out to you, by the way, mate. But again, like, no offense to the guy who commented it, but no one cares. I don't understand how you think this is a win for you. Like, that does any damage. And then you go and do the same thing to prove what exactly? You didn't really prove anything. If anything, you made yourself look a little bit silly and how petty you really are about the whole that whole segment that you created. If anything, you've really just shown your own point is useless, because you've just exposed your own name, whereas you exposed Elle Brooke's, which really shows how little significance it really holds against her. So really, that isn't a win for you. You kind of just, you know, I think Elle Brooke still got the high ground on this one.
Elle Brooke, I have a message for you.
Bye, Crystal.
Now to really get on to what this is all really built up to, which is another influencer fight for the grand title and the battle of the mid.
One final thing is that everybody's saying she's going to beat me because she is massive, which currently I agree with, because she's 10 kg heavier than me. But she's got to come down to my weight class, which is 54 to 56 kg, and then she doesn't stand a chance. She forgets my secret weapon too.
And really, all the press has been leading up to this fight is them two sort of swapping insults at each other, especially from Astrid's ones that are just cringe and don't really have any sort of punch to them.
Eating like Elle Brooke today.
If that girl comes for me again, she is going to have another thing coming.
They've both also released like training videos, which is now the standard for content creators to do. And to be honest, just look at this uppercut that Astrid gave to this to this pad. That uppercut was way longer than my dick. Now, I'm not going to proclaim myself as some sort of boxing expert, but one thing I will tell you, anyone, and I mean absolutely anyone, can look good doing pad work, or even on a heavy bag. I'll even prove it now with my own footage in a gym, me going on a heavy bag. So saying one is doing better on pads than the other is kind of irrelevant because anyone could look good. Apart from that uppercut Astrid did, that was just, what are you doing? There was also some other things going on, like there was a fight in a bar one night where allegedly Elle Brooke threw a drink over Astrid and there was a bit of a push and a shove.
Astrid Wett and Elle Brooke fight on a night out.
We were in a club, I accidentally bumped into you and I said, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So you chucked your drink over me. Like, literally crazy. Actually crazy.
I'm actually going to check my phone. I'm actually fuming. You did not. Everyone's seen the video. You went out to barge into me. I don't know what boys you're trying to improve because it isn't literally with your face. Are you just trying to act cool? You haven't got a persona.
They both like to call each other out on saying that they copy one another and one's a B-Tech version of the other when they do the exact same content.
No, they're not. I dislike you because all you have done is literally use my name from number one, like day one, to change it. And then to benefit your brand and take your brand from here and here. And do you know what the funniest thing is? When you used to copy my TikToks, like for like, they used to do way better than they are doing now. So how does it feel being original? Because you're shit.
Yeah, but you just copy that's what TikTok is. Everyone copies the same trend. I'm not copying you. I just do the same trend. That's what a trend is.
What? Like for like. The same trend with the same caption.
You've done it to me. I've seen TikTok
copying me.
Use caption. Oh, get over it. Like, what are you going to do about it?
Well, no, this is why we're here now, isn't it?
I've kind of agree with Astrid on some points where, like, it's a trend and she kind of followed it. But then again, it's kind of copying exactly the same thing that Elle Brooke does, even though Elle Brooke was doing it way before her. But then again, that's how the internet works. That's how TikTok works. You jump on a trend, you follow it, and then you make your own sort of path and audience with it. But then again, this is just a pointless argument in my eyes.
All your platform. There's not one platform that I'm not double you, Astrid. How
yeah,
you
because you've been doing it for 6 years. Like, it's irrelevant.
Years.
You've
I've been
got
doing
like
it for 3. And you have literally, I have
these followers that you've got, they're like probably like bait accounts, probably inactive because you've been doing it for 6 years.
Yeah, Astrid, I paid for all of my followers. That's why I get.
And there it is. Again, another dick waving contest on who's bigger than the other on the platform. The cycle never ends, boys. It never ends.
Use them. They are.
Okay, so how do you know that Calthedragon didn't DM me? How do you know that Simon didn't DM me? Because they did. I didn't DM them. Like, I don't know what you think is going on here.
Collabs are meant to be mutually beneficial.
I haven't constantly asked you. You agreed to a collab, so I was chasing up something that we'd already arranged, and I can literally prove it. The first Twitter DM
you ever sent me was, I'm the biggest Chelsea girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the biggest Man City girl.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Like, that was last summer. And you wrote a tweet saying I would do an adult movie with you before I even knew who you were. So you've already promised your followers, tagged me in it. So when people search me, you come up. Because you're using my brand. And like,
yeah, why doesn't that, what's wrong with that though? That makes sense.
Yeah, but do you admit that?
Imagine using that as like a massive base as your argument of how relevant and prevalent you are on a social media site. Like, it's honestly the most cringe argument you can make against another creator. Like, you're more relevant than they are and that you're double what they are. Does it really matter, any of this? Anyway, it's time for Bigmack's final thought on this entire stupid situation. If anything, I'm not really bothered about Elle Brooke. I don't think she's necessarily done anything wrong. Do I think some of her points are irrelevant and kind of silly because it's an influencer fight? Yeah, kind of. I feel like Astrid still is always in the wrong and has never done anything or even attempted to make up for the wrongdoings that she's done. She has never really admitted or taken accountability for any of the things that she's ever done. Astrid Mid will never stop being an attention seeker. Everything she does is for attention. She did it with Calthedragon. She promoted her own OF pages and premium paid pages to young children, which was his audience demographic. She argued with Ed Matthews to keep the drama going and then collabed with Simon just so it would cause a fuse between him and Cal, just to keep everything going, just so she kept being relevant. She exposes everyone for her own game. Whether the collabs are mutual, she does not think it this way. It's all for herself. Whereas collabs should be mutual between two content creators for you both to grow. But again, this is what she does. She doesn't care. She only cares about herself. And because the internet is the internet, she will never be held accountable for any of the wrongdoing she does. And I don't understand why. Anyway, boys, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you liked the video, feel free to drop it a like. If we hit 50 likes, I'll talk about this donut, and this donut. Also, I stream on Twitch. I have a TikTok page, Instagram. All the good socials will be linked down below. Anyway, boys, thank you all so much for today. I hope you enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care now. Bye.
At least my dog is happy.